Today I'll be discussing Amanda Gorman and her influential poem that was shared during the inauguration of President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris. Just like President Joe Biden, Ms. Gorman struggled with speech, and she looked at it as a challenge. She was able to read her poem, The Hill We Climb, at the ceremony, becoming the youngest inaugural poet in U.S. history. She grew up in Los Angeles, California, fell in love with poetry after hearing her teacher read Ray Bradbury's Dandelion Wine to the class. She then turned to writing to cope with her speech impediment. Similar to how President Biden had a stutter growing up, Gordon had difficulty pronouncing certain sounds. This isn't the first time that Gorman has reached milestones for herself, and most importantly, I'd love to share this quote by her. She says, quote unquote, "I don't look at my disability as a weakness," Gorman told the Los Angeles Times. "It's made me the performer that I am and the storyteller that I strive to be. When you have to teach yourself how to say sounds, when you have to be highly concerned about pronunciation, it gives you a certain awareness of sonics, of the auditory experience." And I think most of our children can relate to that on some level, given certain deficits they have, regardless of speech or any other disability. At age 14, she joined Right Girl, a nonprofit organization that promoted creativity and self-expression and empower girls attending their monthly workshops, working one-on-one with writing mentors. She said that Right Girl has been pivotal in my life. It's been thanks to their support that I've been able to chase my dreams as a writer. Special shout out to my former mentors, Michelle and Dina. Couldn't have got here without you. Right Girl Executive Director Karen Taylor noted that she had no doubt Amanda's messages of hope, unity, and justice will help us all heal and move. For aspiring poets or writers who want to follow Gorman's footsteps, parents can get their kids involved in Right Girl, which is in Los Angeles, Girls Right Now in New York City, or a local chapter in their community. She has also been named the first ever Los Angeles Youth Poet Laureate. The New York Times reports that Gorman, who was inspired by a speech that Malala Yousafzai, the Pakistani activist and Nobel Prize laureate, gave in 2013, became a youth delegate for the United Nations. Quote unquote, "It really opened my eyes to accomplish possibilities of what I could accomplish." Soon after, in 2014, she was named the inaugural Los Angeles Youth Poet Laureate. The following year, she published her first poetry collection, The One for Whom Food Is Not Enough. In 2017, when she was 19 and a sophomore at Harvard University, she became the first ever National Youth Poet Laureate. At the time, the Times noted that her poetry is a clear-eyed mix of autobiography, issues like Islamophobia or even xenophobia, and historical motifs picked up from her college's library. Gorman said of her work, "I want to create poems that stand the test of time and counter the fragmented news culture of today." Ms. Gorman has 2 books forthcoming and plans to run for president. She recently graduated cum laude from Harvard University, and she has 2 books forthcoming, as I mentioned, as well as a children's book called Change Sings and an upcoming poetry collection. I hope that this was resourceful and helpful for all folks and clients at YCS, and I hope to incorporate her teachings and her materials in future sessions with my clients for empowerment purposes. Thank you so much for listening, and have a wonderful day.